Hello, hope this video finds you well. I just wanted to show people my latest acquisition, which is this. This is apparently known as a RS Components single tone siren. You can see in comparison to the size of my hand, it's relatively sizable. Probably not really sure what to compare it to. It's bigger than the Gents Chloride, that's for sure. Apparently, this specifically this model. Apparently, Klaxon bought the company RS Components and rebranded this siren. This information might be wrong. It's just what I've heard around. See, they've called it Mono SE 2404. There's a bit more information on there. Apparently, a few of these have been known to exist in dual tone form, but as far as I'm concerned, people have been telling me that this is one of the only single tone ones known to exist. So that's quite interesting. This is shockingly an 18 port siren. I knew it had a lot of ports, but I didn't think it would have 18. So I'm looking forward to hearing how this sounds. So probably today, I'm going to be trying to get the stator off here. It looks like it's pretty easy to take off. Got 3 little screws here. Just going to unbolt them, unscrew them, and pull this off. And the reason we're doing that is, well, there's 2 reasons. There's one, it's because the plastic is quite warped. I can't really get on video, but it's sort of just warped essentially, not really any other way to describe it. It's all bendy. I mean, you can see here, this screw, there you go. This screw should probably be holding this part here flush with this, or no, directly touching that there. They should probably be contact. There's no contact there, so you have to investigate that. Anyway, the second reason we're doing taking off this stator is because this siren came with a complimentary, if I can rotate it around, complimentary spider's nest. Dear, it's not focusing. There you go. You can probably slightly see it in there. That is a nest of spiders. This will make it the second or third? I can't remember. Second or third siren that I've bought with a spider's nest or dead spiders in it. So, interesting. Turns out they absolutely love these little things. Anyway, so that's probably what I'm going to do just now. Try and get these undone. So let's just pop this up this way. Can't wait to get a random screwdriver. Apologies for the absolutely appalling videoing here, probably, because I'm trying to do this with one hand. It's pretty tightly in there. Let me try a different driver. Yeah, slightly bigger one. Let me try and find somewhere better to pop this camera, because this is really awkward for me to do. Anyway, I just sort of wedged it into my 3D printer, so yeah, 3D printer is currently out of order at the moment, so it's not going to matter too much. Right, let's get these screws out then. There we are. It's a little bit of a bigger screwdriver, it seemed. Nice. Siren is in quite good condition, it's a bit dusty it seems, so not expecting it to be too hard to get apart. Well, there's a long screw. The sun suddenly just disappeared from the sky, so probably got to turn my light on in just a second. Oh wait, hang on, is that fully out? Oh no. Yeah. Oh no, there we go, it's coming out again. There we are. Okay, now it's going to put into play something that James May calls the geography of parts. So this screw came from this side, so we're just going to pop it down there. sure the siren always remains in that this orientation, so remember which way to put the screws back in. Probably doesn't matter also much where the screws go on here, because I imagine they're all the same size, but just nice to know that they're going the same place for me. Now this is coming out much easier. This is the one that is already firmly secured on here, so this one doesn't get affected by any changing the plastic shape. It seems it started raining outside. It's interesting. It's quite nice over here. I don't know. These are pretty long screws. I sort of underestimate. I suppose they have to be that long, don't they? Yeah, I didn't. For some reason, when I was looking at them, I didn't think they'd take that long to get out. But these are pretty sizable guys. I think it's quite stiff. I'd imagine this plastic will pop once I've gotten it out of here. Like pop into some. It seems like it can fit under pressure, and I forgot to mention actually there is a little chunk of plastic that's been cracked there. It's lodged, so I might have to do something about that in a minute. There. Seems to be cool. Something keeps seeming to be happening with this one. Keeps dropping down. You know, again. They don't really need a screwdriver anymore. Oh, lovely. Okay, well, let's get a spotlight down here. Let's open this up then. So no spiders jump out from wherever. I mean, they can't be hiding anywhere, but paranoia, you know. Oh, it's stiff. Oh, think that's. No, it can't be the same parts. It should come off. Oh. I suppose it hasn't been taken off for years, so. Alright, clearly these three screws weren't the only things holding us in, it seems, so I say clearly. Let's check if they are the only things holding it in. I don't think these will be, but I don't know. Let's have a look. No, we can't remove this until we've got this little. I've forgotten the word for this now. This box anyway. We can't get that off. This mount off until we've got this off because the screw there that is obstructed. So it's looks like we're gonna have to just take the stator off using brute force, and I'm trying to be quite careful. I don't want to crack the plastic. I mean, I might not. It might not be as weak as I'm thinking it will be. I just don't want to take any chances and break anything. I use something to wedge this in actually. If only that crowbar down there was a bit smaller. Probably cut this all out because this is taking quite a bit longer than I thought. It's can't be glued in, surely. It would be useful if I could tell whether this stator is a separate part to anything else in here, because I'm fairly sure this stator should just come off like that, but it seems like either it's pressure fitted, glued, or something else is holding it in here, so. Oh dear. Might have to get someone with more brute force than me. I have very, very weak hands and arms and all. I'm shaking the table. I'm trying to twist it just to try and free it up a little bit for it, because there isn't really much to be able to grab it and pull it up like that, so I'm trying to just see if I can at least twist it around to free it a little bit. Do I have that? I've got a screwdriver which I might be able to pop it out with, but I think that's downstairs somewhere. Oh, this might work. Ow! Just wire cut the end of my finger. Fortunately, no injury. Good. Okay, let's. Oh! I think that was the sound of progress. Go and grab that screwdriver actually. Alright, I'm now back with the screwdriver which will hopefully be of assistance. Let's calibration this in here now. Right. Oh, hold on, I think I have something there. Stop damaging the plastic a little bit by doing this. Yeah. I know this is Siren, it's one of the only ones in the UK, but at the end of the day, this is plastic, and tiny little nick in it isn't going to be the end of the world. Oh, this port just here just moved, so my word, that rain is pretty loud. Okay, let's continue wedging. Oh, there we go. Okay, that was progress. That's progress. See if we can wedge up any of these. Nope. And no. Okay, so it looks like we're going to actually do it from here then. Okay. Oh, that port has just moved again. Okay, you can see here that the that's where the dust, the line of where the dust was settling there. Then underneath that there's just clean plastic, so we know we have made progress there. And now we can actually make a bit more. Try doing this a bit more. Blimey, this rain is ridiculous. I know we live in the UK, so we should be used to it, but honestly. Okay, it doesn't look like these on the Stator are actually connected from down below, so these could probably bend, so I want to be a bit careful about that. Just build up there. I didn't actually ask the people who we bought it from, but I do wonder where this was originally used or installed. Clearly it hasn't been used for a while, because there's loads of dust in the chopper. Rotor vanes, it's covered in dust. I'm not going to be able to control it now. Let's just try and get as far up as I can, because hopefully that should allow the rest of it to pop. No, that's just bending the plastic, that's not very good. Oh yeah, here's the little fragmented bit from earlier. This is quite an interesting case. It's just bending all here. It does seem like it's really tight on this side, but then it's quite loose on this side really now. So, trying to avoid sticking my finger into that spider's nest. I don't think it will still be alive in there. There'll be baby spiders. I'm hoping not anyway, because we found one like this in the bottom of our chloride gents, and there was the dead mother in there, and then the babies have somehow either gone away or just died in there as well. And I can't see any carcasses in here, so I'm assuming that it's oh, actually no, that could mean it's either old. Oh, I mean that could mean it's either very old or that it's very new. So okay, I'll get the stator off. Then I'll probably have to go outside to investigate the nest. I don't want hundreds of baby spiders bursting out and crawling everywhere in my room, if you know what I mean. I don't think anyone does really. I mean, anyone wants that. Let's see. Just to get some leverage on this. Just yeah, this is really jammed in there. Oh, hold on, there we go. There's mine, got some leverage. Oh my word, what was that? Okay, I'll just all these. Okay, that's just all this side just popping out at the same time. Okay, my word, it's terrifying. I'm scared I'm gonna crack it. Okay, let's try and get this last one up. Somehow. Please. Oh, there we are, Looks like I didn't need to give myself a harder job than I already had. My word, it's like plucking hairs out. That's what that sounds like in cartoons, obviously. Oh, there we are. I really hope that there isn't an extra screw that I'm just missing that's keeping this one in. And I'm hoping it's just going to be like the others and it just pops out as well. Let's see what else can we do. The geography of parts is getting disturbed. Why is that's just mostly this wire, isn't it? It's just bouncing around and destroying everything. See, get some more leverage here. Oh, there we go, that one's popped out now. I do not like the flex in this plastic, but I have a feeling it's going to be the only way to do this. Oh, I'll keep the flex for too long either, actually. No. There we go, there's one out. There we go. There we go, we're going around. Oh dear. Okay. There we go. Oh, without breaking anything. Good. My word, okay. That was unneededly stressful, and now we can have a nice look at. Wow, look at this rotor. Look at that. That is quite. That looks like an industrial blower. I mean, I suppose it is really just an industrial blower, but that looks really interesting. Actually, I've never seen one like this outside of a weird 3D model I made a while ago. Actually, I didn't think that any rotors that look like this sort of shape would really exist. That's why I never ended up really using this model more than anything. I just did it as a test a while ago. But this is actually really interesting that they've used this, and I mean, clearly it must work since they've actually put it in a siren like this. Yeah, so the entire basically this side of the motor here, where the actual siren part is, the chopper, that's all made out of plastic, and the other side is just the metal motor and parts. So it's quite interesting. So basically, this is all plastic, and wow, that is really dusty. Wow, you can see the little spider's nest in there at the bottom. What's that? That is. I don't know what that is actually. I mean, I know what it is, but I don't know how to play with this actually. This little. I mean, it's for securing the rotor to the motor shaft, but I've never actually seen something like this. I've never seen an attachment like this, so I'm gonna have to investigate that sometime. But yeah, that's really interesting actually. So 16 port. No, it's not 16. Sorry, that's CLM. 18 port rotor. Seen light of day for the first time probably since it was built, so not too 3D spinning, but it's the same sort of. I mean, it feels very smooth. It's probably about the same as any other. What's it called? Small siren. Honestly, my vocabulary, I've forgotten the word small. Honestly, what is wrong with me? Anyway, yeah. So it's smooth, but doesn't spin freely, which is expected. This is expected of this sort of size. So that's all good. That little spider's nest is
going to be next? Oh my god, I'm wondering, I'm wondering if when we turn this on, the dust will just fly out of us, like on those ACA alerter videos in the US when they've got snow in them and it fires out of the horns. I'm wondering if we can get something like that with this dust. I mean, I wonder what. I mean, it seems more yellowy than the normal sort of grey dust that I've seen before. So I'm wondering whether this is from, not from just being left alone for a very long time, but maybe something like just from the building it was situated in, like with when you're cutting wood and things. There's like old wood dust that goes everywhere. I wonder if sawdust. That's the word. I wonder if it's something like that, but I don't know. Although the more I see that, it does look quite grey. But anyway, I'm rambling again. Sorry about that. Yeah, so what is next? Probably the removal of this little spider's nest in there. Yeah, and now I've got very dusty fingers. Okay, well, that was educational. Look at this Stator again. Yeah, just single moulded part. And as you can see, there's no connection for the bottom of these little, I'm not sure what the technical term for these little bits would be, but there's nothing connecting all these together, so that's why it was quite hard for us to get out, well, for me to get out, because it wasn't all just one piece, they're all sort of flexing around. But hang on, if I just do this, yeah, it's not as bad as I thought it was much worse when I was looking at it before, but you can see that it doesn't lie completely flat on the table. Alright, well, unfortunately I probably won't be able to do anything else today on this chap. Apart from, maybe actually what I might do before I stop working on it for the day is open this just here, because I'm curious to see what's in there, just to know how to go about wiring it tomorrow. I mean, to be honest, the wires are already here. It should be simple enough. I'm just curious if this will give us any more insight. There's no earth, basically. These are magnetic. These screwdrivers are all magnetic ended, so which is very useful for this, actually when you're doing the main screwdriver bit. It can make trying to get the head into the little slot quite awkward sometimes. Although my word, I'm actually really. This is really nice how easily these screws are coming out. I mean, clearly this is an indoor Siren model, so it's expected that it will be in quite good condition because not been subject to the outdoors. Although there was one I saw actually that was kept outdoors, the dual tone model of this. Actually, I think that's already. Oh, there we go. Wasn't as long as. Oh no! Whoa! Okay, I was going to say that isn't as long as I was thinking, but that is a pretty long little screw. Okay, well. Let's check out it is actually recording. Yeah, it is recording. Okay, there we are. Sorry, paranoid. Okay, well, so let's remember the geography of parts. So it's like that, wasn't it? Yeah. So if we think about that, this one should be here then. And if we do this, the other one, this other one should be there. So. Normally this works quite well, but sometimes you can forget the orientation of the main object you're working on. That happened with me a couple of times. So it's useful to have this video that I'm doing so I can figure out exactly where things went and just watch or put things. Which is supposed to be useful for many things really. Yeah, I'm not screwing this one quite as well. I'm not entirely sure I've decided to hold the Siren whilst I'm unscrewing this. Just making my life more difficult, it seems. Which is, of course, that is a pastime of mine. There we go. Right, okay, so I guess we can pop this off and hope to goodness that there are no spiders inside this, like there were on my gent chloride. Okay. When I say spiders, I mean dead spiders, obviously, not living ones. Although I hope I don't jinx this, and there's a massive thing here. Oh, actually, it's quite stiff. Just have a look. Is there any? No? Okay, so it's probably just a leverage job, probably. That's a stupid thing to do, because now I can't get it out. Okay, let's do it like this. Okay. Where's the spider's nest? Okay, just again, don't want to just go accidentally poking and hundreds of babies just go running out all over me. Okay. Hopefully it can just pop off now. Oh, there we go. Just plop that down there. Ah. Okay, so that was glued? No, that wasn't glued. Okay. Alright, let's see. What does this say on the bottom of here then? Warning. Do not restart this unit within 90 seconds. Failure to do so will cause damage. Now that's something I would have quite liked to have read on the outside of the unit rather than having to take off this cover and read this. It almost looks like they've used the same sort of printing machine as a receipt at a supermarket. I'm going to have a little look at that. If I can hold my shaky hand steady enough. Don't know whether you will see. I can zoom actually. 240 volts alternating current. There we go. That's specified in the bottom of this cover. Quite useful. And on the inside we have a relatively... Well, I mean, I don't know the first thing about wiring really, so I'm saying relatively simple, but I have no idea really what I'm talking about. In there, doesn't look too complex to me. My word, that is heavy to support it with one hand. Yeah, not too complex, I'd say, but again, don't know the first thing about wiring, so this might be an absolute nightmare. Yeah, no, that's interesting. See, there seems to be a lot of particulate dust sort of stuff in there. You can sort of see like an almost golden sort of substance, which is a little bit like what's on the outside. The same sort of colour, but the outside has more grey mix in it, whereas this is just... It almost looks like that sort of dust you find at the bottom of cereal packets. Another random interjection from my strange knowledge base. Yeah, okay, so that's interesting. Yeah, so... I'm probably not going to take it apart any more than that. So the next thing we're going to be doing is getting this boy out. Oh, spidery boy. I would do it outside right now, in the back alley around our... Well, back alley. The alleyway beside our house. I would do it now, but as you can probably hear on the skylight, it is raining quite hard. So we will have to leave that for another day. Let's see, that runs quite nicely. I'm not sure if it's one of those motors that only runs in a certain orientation. For example, I know that the MZ that's outside, which actually I'm going to talk about in a little bit, the MZ that's outside in the garage, that can only run when it's vertical like this. However, well, the motor is designed to run when it's vertical like this because it's perfectly balanced. And I'm not sure, I'm just speaking from just guesswork really. But then as soon as you turn it like this, the motor starts to grind a bit and it's not run anywhere near as smoothly as it once did when it was standing upright. So, I had just made quite a long speech, none of which was actually picked up by video because I am a numpty and I forgot to press record. So, I thank my lovely phone, which I will never understand how to work, for this error. What I was saying originally, if I can remember when I last pressed record, let me think. If I remember correctly, I was talking about what I was going to do on the music. Yes, that was it. No. Okay, yeah. Basically, this is all we're going to do for today. End of story on this. We're going to wire it up another day, and yes, that we're going to get a nice 18-port Siren recording. So the first one that I think exists. If I'm wrong, please don't hesitate to let me know. What I was saying about the meter before, I was really interrupted by my own stupidity and record button. Originally what I was saying... Hang on, is this voice activated, I wonder? No, I am still recording. I thought maybe if it was something fancy that if I say record, it will stop recording. But anyway. What I was saying about the Mized, that's sitting outside in the garage, feeling very sad and neglected, is that the next thing we're going to be doing is getting the terminals, the motor wiring terminals, all functional again. The reason we haven't yet is because essentially we haven't been able to find a weekend where both Carl and my dad are available. So as soon as they are available, we're going to do that. And then we've also found somewhere now we're allowed to test it using 3-phase power. So that'll be very interesting. The other thing I was briefly saying, although not so briefly because I think I rambled for a while, was that essentially the reason I'm sort of sitting back and letting 2 other people do just fix up my Siren is because it is the only MZ Siren in the UK, as far as I know. And personally, that's quite a big thing, right? It's in my head. It's like, it's the only one. I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to break it any more than we already have accidentally. So I'm just wanting to leave it to 2 people who know a bit more what they're doing than I do. So that's why I'm sitting back, and that's also why I'm taking a recording, so I can, as I'm watching them back, and I also have them for reference. And it was essentially those 2 things. Not 2 things. I can use those. I can use them for learning how to do it in future. That's what I'm trying to say. My brain is just melting. Yeah, so hopefully the next larger scale Siren that we somehow get, I will hopefully be able to have a greater part in the restoration of it, or just getting it running again. That's what I was trying to say before I was so rudely interrupted. If you have any recommendations or suggestions or advice on what I should do with this here, or the MZ, I would be very grateful for that, and you can leave it on the Siren board, because that's generally what I check quite often, and most likely what I'll read. So if you leave it on there, then I'll read it and I'll be very appreciative, because, as I said before, I barely know what I'm doing with this. I'm just sort of learning as I go along. Hopefully that will change soon. Anyway. So yeah, if you have any advice, I'll be very grateful. And that's it for now. So I hope you have a good day or night, depending on your time zone or the time you're watching this video. And yeah, well, have a good one. Good. Okay, I haven't come over here this time and seen that I haven't been recording the entire time. Good. This has been recorded. Okay, goodbye.